This part can be kind of tricky. You want to go easy on the graphite arbors as you're making them fit. You really do have to take a good bit out of the middle here. And the outside, you want to be able to shove it in there snug like I just did. And very gradually, just like I did with the cork, work enough out of there that it'll slide down on the tip and get to the exact spot on the blank that you want it to be at. Now, depending on the size rod blank and how far down that blank, especially down near the butt you're going, you're really gonna have to shave a lot out of the inside. To give you an idea, here's one I haven't messed with yet, or maybe I've taken a little bit out of that. You shave that graphite arbor to the point where there's very little of it left. Now it's time to put about 3 or so cork rings in the middle. That's right where I'm gonna be gripping the rod. All right, I got the second half of the reel seat in there, and it's important to line that up. This is a Fuji. I'm lining up that Fuji symbol on each side just to make sure that they're completely lined up, so that when I get after I sand all this down and I put the reel foot in there, when this screws up, it's gonna go right where I need it to. All right, got it all ready for the epoxy job. Set that up and let that harden up overnight, and tomorrow we'll go at it and grind all this down and make it custom to my hand, right where I want to grip it. All right, I'm going to show you this very briefly, and then I'm going to stop touching the camera because I'm not real good at the epoxy application. But basically, I'm just putting a real thin layer here, which I've already done, and then kind of slide these down. And I can shove that solid one right on the end there. And you're going to squish all this out, and then you can grind all that away when you're done. You don't need a whole lot. I'm kind of sloppy with it. But you want enough that these pieces of cork adhere to each other and to the blank. You gonna help me out?
Yeah.
All right. So where's here helping me? We got the epoxy is dried on the split grip and the handle. So I need you over here, buddy. Does it sound like being at the dentist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't chew my teeth now.
All right. So you're just taking a very thin layer off of this, and I'm gonna hold it. Don't go too deep. You don't want to do too much at a time, okay? See, I'm spinning it. All right, I've already removed much of the cork that's on this. I left the butt nice and big because I like when that goes down into the flush mount rod holder to give that something to really grab hold of. Here where the reel foot's gonna go, I've really flattened that off. I got a little bit more to go there. And once I get most of it off, what I'm going to start doing is grabbing it and trying to figure out where my finger wants to be on that. For instance, right here, where my thumb is going to rest, I want that to taper down real good. So I get that thumb right on the blank. This finger here is going to wrap around the front. So I'm going to cut a groove right in there with the Dremel. One right there, just so when I'm grabbing it, I got plenty of contact there with the blank. All right, that little groove right in there, right where my thumb wants to taper down. I've cut most of that out with the Dremel. I'll do one around the front where I have that, trigger finger right there. The Dremel does a nice job knocking out the rough work, and then I go in with files, 60 grit sandpaper, then 120, then 180, 220, and then it gets real, nice and smooth. So I'm gonna leave this area right around here fairly thick. It's something I never liked about standard off-the-shelf rods, is in through here, in between the reel seats. There wasn't a whole lot to grab there, so I'm going to leave that fairly thick. Give my hand something to really grab hold of here.